What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the garage for today's video. My name's Lucas, I am Newt, and this is my garage. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to clean your cone style aftermarket intake filter. I have two slightly different styles here just to show you, but all you're going to need to get this done is I chose to go with the K&N Performance Recharger Kit. Comes with a bottle of cleaner and then a filter oil for afterwards. And then as far as taking your filters off, chances are you're going to need some type of screwdriver, more than likely going to be a flathead. But let me show you guys how to get your filters off real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get cleaning. Now, depending on your type of intake filter, more than likely you're going to have a flathead screwdriver on the clamp. So we're just going to come to the filter, undo that clamp, and then we can go ahead and take it off. Now, once you get the filter off, obviously you got the filter in hand, but you have the exposed and open pipe, so you're going to want to stuff something inside, that way nothing gets in. I would recommend either like a clean shop towel if you got one, or even stuffed up paper towel, or put like a bag or glove over the opening. So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll take the next filter off. And here's the second filter I will be taking off to clean, and as you can see right there, let's get some light. As you can see right there, another flathead, so I'm just going to come loosen that up. Got it loose, and then we're good to remove the filter. And this one has a couple layers to it on the outside, so I'm just gonna, there we go. Alright, filter is off, and then again, just a little shop rag, shop towel, take it, stuff it in the opening, that way nothing gets in. And now we're ready to get these to go start cleaning. Alright, so next step, now that you've got your filter, or in my case filters off, you're going to want to do a quick visual inspection of the filters and the pleats. You're going to want to look for any breaks or tears in the material, any big chunks that may be lodged in between the pleats. If it's bent up like that, just make sure no issues. This was more for fitment. And if for some reason you do happen to have any big chunks, don't see anything, there we go, got something in there, just take a flathead screwdriver and very gently scrape it out, and there you go. And then same right next to it, looks like there's just a little thing in there. There you go, just scrape it on out very gently. But now that we've got that done, we're going to take our filter cleaner and just douse these down around in between the pleats as good as you can. Get it nice and soaked, but you don't want to overdo it, and then we'll let that soak for about a minute or two, and then we'll get ready to rinse it out. So we've got our filter or filters off, and then the box for the cleaning. Go ahead and get this opened up. And what you're going to find inside is your little spray bottle of cleaner. This is what you'll use to douse the outside pleats of the filters. And then you've got a small little aerosol can, which is going to be the filter oil, which you use afterwards, spray through the pleats, get it wicked in, and that's going to help keep the filter material lasting longer. But aside from that, you just get a little paper in the box. But let's go ahead and start with the cleaner. What you're going to want to do, get it, shake it up, make sure it's spraying good, get it primed. There we go. And you're going to take your filter, and if you would like to use gloves for this, working with cleaner chemical, you can use a glove or just hold it in your hand. And you're going to spray along the pleats, rotate it, make sure you get them all good, and then you'll set it to the side and let it sit for a minute or two. got them both soaked nice and good. And for this one, you also want to make sure you get these little inner pleats that you have there. So just, again, same, get it sprayed down nice and good. Don't want to oversaturate it, but you want to make sure you got the cleaner in there. So quick little double pass, and let that sit, let that soak in for a minute, and then we'll be ready to rinse. Now, to start the rinsing process, I'm going to start with this filter. I'm coming to my outside hose spigot on the outside of the house. You can do this in a sink if you have one large enough with enough room to clean this, but the most important thing when cleaning your filter, never, ever, ever clean from the outside in. Never. That'll ruin your filter. Always wash from the inside to out. Don't want a lot of water pressure, so just turn it on kind of low, let it get inside, and you'll just rotate the filter until it gets nice and clean and until the water coming out is clear. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, and we'll get this cleaned up. Once you've got the filter washed, you can notice that the pleating looks nice and clean. You've also lost a little bit of that red color. Don't worry, that'll be brought back with the re-oiling of the filter. But now that it's wet and clean, you're just going to want to hold it from the inside, shake it out for a minute, just get a lot of the big water droplets out, and then you're going to take it and want to set it somewhere in the sun so that it can dry for a couple hours. So we're going to set it right about there, and then, you know, every so often come check it out, rotate it so it's sitting a different angle in the sun. But now that that's done, I'm going to take the second filter and get that washed up. Got the second filter in hand, and we're just going to follow the same method, washing from the inside out, rotating all around, and make sure it gets nice and clean until the water coming out is clear. So let's do that real quick. And with the second filter washed, again, take a minute or two, shake it around, spin it around, get a lot of the large water droplets out, make sure there's not too much sitting in between the pleats, and then set it with the other one in the sun, let it sit for a couple hours, rotate every so often, and then we'll be ready to re-wick the pleats with the oil and then reinstall. At this point, it has now been almost a full day that these have been sat out and drying, and you'll notice on this one it had a darker hue before, and it is originally a red filter, but now it's got kind of a lightish, pinkish, almost kind of dirty haze to it. And for red ones especially, don't worry, that's going to come back once we use the filter oil, which will re-wick into the cotton and just keep it lasting a lot longer, but also bring back some of that color, which you'll see here. It has the red oil. Now on this Spectre filter, it is a blackish kind of filter material, so that's not really going to change up too much. But they're dry, ready for the oil. Just going to take this aerosol can, shake it up for a good couple seconds, and then just work your way in between the pleats. Make sure you get it saturated but not over soaked, and then you'll let it sit for a couple minutes, wipe off any excess, especially up top, down around the bottom, and then you'll be ready to reinstall it in the car. And for this part, the oil re-wicking of the pleats and the filter, you will definitely want to wear some gloves. It is very nasty, but got that nice and sprayed down. You make sure you don't want any white spots or light spots, so you saw me coat it a good couple times. That's all you want to do, just rotate, make sure you get it all, but then you'll see some of the excess dripping off. Leave it somewhere to sit for a couple minutes, maybe 15-20 minutes if you want to wait that long, and then come back. You'll see some of the residue up top. Wipe that off, and then you're ready to reinstall. So let's go ahead and hit that spectre filter. And for this one, since it is a slightly different design, you want to make sure you get those inner pleats of the filter in there. So just same method, kind of go around and get them good. And now that they're coated, again, just leave them sitting out somewhere. Probably want to put something underneath. And all you're really wanting to do is just wait for that oil to re-wick into the cotton fibers in between the pleats and everything. And that's going to keep the filter material lasting longer and just perform better overall. So let it sit for a couple minutes, then we'll come back, wipe up all of that excess, and then we're ready to reinstall. Now that they've been sitting for a while, just pick them up, do a quick visual inspection, make sure everything looks good, check inside for any debris, wipe them off, and then you're ready to reinstall. And with that, you are all done. You have now cleaned and re-oiled your aftermarket cone filter, performance filter, whatever you want to call it. So with that, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I appreciate y'all for sticking around and watching this. I hope this was helpful for all of you. And if you pick up this kit, now you know how to use it. Well, with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.